Okay guys, The Promised Neverland, this is part 1 of my 2-week hiatus of reviews of this series, and I was originally going to plan to do a double chapter review, but then I thought, knowing my Asperger's and knowing my OCD of my playlist order, of making sure I always have the same amount of number of videos in the playlist that there are chapters. And I learned that from last time doing a double chapter review of chapter 20 and 21, and I didn't like it because that's one of the reasons why I had to do the extra chapter just so it balanced it out a little bit. So this week I'll be reviewing chapters 27 and chapter 28 of The Promised Neverland. So chapter 27 opens up exactly where chapter 26 ended, and if you remember where chapter 26 ended, it ended them in the medical ward, should we say, or in the bedroom of Emma, resting her leg due to Mama breaking her leg, because Mama realising that they were planning to escape, and she decided to put a halt onto the plan by breaking a clean break on Emma's leg. We also learned from last chapter that Norman's going to be the one that gets shipped out the following day, and this is where they all come up with ideas of trying to get Norman to lie to get Norman escaped, but he's not actually escaped, he's still in the house and everything like that, but his tracker would be removed. Now they came up with different ideas, but then Norman came up with different excuses, saying that he thought of everything possible, to the point where Norman came up with different excuses of saying, how about what if they tied up security because of the tracker being removed and the lie of them being him escaping and whatnot. And then to the point of it, Emma came up with the idea that how about Ray breaks his leg so that Norman can't get shipped off, because by the looks of things, and I think it was stated slightly within the chapter as well, by the looks of things, that depending on how the arm breaks or anything, and this is going by some words from Mama here from last chapter, that it seems that good merchandise is when there's no broken limbs or anything of that nature, and everything is still in working order. So it does seem that they won't ship off their goods or the product if the limb is bad or damaged, at the least at the moment, because it will be classed as damaged goods. This is common in toy production and everything about products and everything. If it's damaged, if damaged goods end up being damaged on the transit of going to the supermarket, then they have to dispose of the damaged goods. So it seems to me that this is a big case that they suggest that Ray breaks his leg or arm or whatever, because Emma doesn't want Norman to die at all, because a part of the plan is that they all escape and Norman is part of the big all and everything. So after they finally settle down that they're going to go with the plan of Norman breaking the track and Ray's going to end up breaking his arm or breaking his leg, they haven't decided, but it looks like they're going to have Ray break his arm. That they can get the investigation out of the way, and that'll be Norman's plan. Norman's part of the plan, where he gets the investigation out of the way, so he can look everywhere, nooks and crannies, because he won't be able to get tracked or anything like that. So that's pretty much going to be happening, because by the looks of things, they're planning to remove the tracker before they decide to break Ray's arm. So that is definitely the case here as well. So that pretty much it. But one last thing, we're going to probably go into a flashback next chapter and everything, and I'll be talking about that in the next review, the next section of this review. And the flashback chapter is much more to do with Norman asking on how Ray knew about the secret of the house already before Emma and Norman. And he said he always knew. He knew from the beginning. And on the last page, it looked like he knew when they were able to walk and stuff. Because by the sound of things, they get new family members when they're newborn babies. So they get new members into their house when they're newborn. So like a year old, a few months old, so that they can raise. And it looks here they were about like 3, 4, probably 2. 3 or 4 when they're able to walk and able to see things clearly and everything, and be able to go on their own on the last page. page on chapter 27 to actually, and he learned about that because of how the last page looked. This chapter was really, really good. It was really heartwarming and everything around Emma and Co. And then trying to figure out other ways to make sure that Norman doesn't get taken by the demons. I still think they're aliens, but I'm also going to be calling them demons for the sake of story device and plot. And it just shows that there's a lot of things that can be shown here that really needs to be addressed later on, because this arc is nowhere near the end. And I can tell you that their second attempt or third attempt is most likely going to be their third or second attempt, maybe their second, where they will finally escape, and that's where the arc is going to be finally ending for it. But it seems really to me that this is a really great chapter. I cannot wait to see what happens in the following chapter, and I really cannot wait for what's going to happen next as well. But other than that, this has been a great chapter for the Promised Neverlands. We are reaching the 30s, guys. We're reaching the 30s for the Promised Neverlands, and I'm really, really excited where it's going to go after chapter 30. But this one's been a great chapter yet again. The story is really, really building up and really, really being a great way to build as well. I'm glad this has stuck around longer than any other Shonen Jump new starts, and I'm glad this has stayed as well, because I didn't like the other ones that have been introduced in the magazine. This is the only new one that I have enjoyed from beginning to now, and I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. I've been your host, Kai from Kazu Take Corner, member of the 00 Club, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now. See ya. Hey guys, why don't you check out my last review of the Promised Neverlands and my recent chapter review of One Piece chapter 857 as well. Well, in the links with one of these boxes. And don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it around your anime social media website or on your own page as well. But I've been your host, Kai from Kazu Take Corner, and I'll see you next time for the next chapter and installment of the Promised Neverlands, chapter 28. See you then. Bye bye for now.